Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." Oh, damn it. The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him. The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Why, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The ravens cawed and rushed at him. Dropship flew overhead.
Not very good.
They hadn't noticed him. The kid. Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. "Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship." "I'm not taking the damn book anywhere, and neither are you." "Try and stop me," laughed the kid. "I bet you don't even have a hero sword." And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid.
So, this run,
Idiot.
we either go
He had guts. Where was Reynardo going
on
to
a
get a
very
hero
good
sword?
pace and see to the end, while we get to the Rebel Council level and practice it a bit.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she laughed at Reynardo's jokes. So he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter.
It's so bad that you can't make any save games in this game.
"Where'd you find a hook?" "I hopped," said the kid. Wise ass
Just want to
kid.
time a few things there in
Look
the
out
end.
behind you. "Q," said Reynardo. "Ah, ravens." It was time to talk some sense into the kid. He just took his way across the ledge and chased the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably... And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kessel Run in 12 furlongs. So the salesman told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" The kid ran for it, and the goblet nailed him with its eye. The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it, why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway. What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur. And now 3 ravens scorched. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Pino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Pino or the Sky Ripper. Pino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens? People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens call about the Emperor's new
Just
taste
get a bit
and
of
ritual
luck from there,
sacrifice.
bitte.
He wasn't that good. Yet. Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Pino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Pino. It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacked. The more you fought, the more you wanted to remember. Welcome to Earth. Renato told the corpses. It was something he'd seen in a play once. Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his...
Still okay.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It was some great power. It's beautiful here, thought Renato. He was thrilled to be back with his old war buddy. He missed the mad rabbit.
No.
Something was not quite right.
Damn. An unnecessary second lost already.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Oh, don't run away.
Renato felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have humans, it would look like these monsters in this.
What?
Quiet. For instance, cooking birds, eating fat ravens. Renato smelled sick animals and dying. Unhealthy. Getting a bad feeling about this. Renato thought. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe he should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here. As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt...
Damn it. The last fight was
Tell you what,
very good. Without those stupid mistakes, could have been a very good.
The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lapino got the core and then broke it or lost it? Or worse, was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself. As Lapino vanished into the wilds of the Nexus, Renato
Messed
remembered
that up already.
he had a baby daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to get some Easter eggs, and he'd never come back. But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who knows, maybe this time Lapino would get it right. And if Renato could take the outpost, he'd have access to all the Empire's communications in the sector. Right? Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore. He'd let the armature slip out of his hands to save his friend Lapino. Of course he had to let Lapino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And there would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost.
No! Come on! Oh.
Renato took the outpost with a song in his heart. Soon he was stuffing his sack
God
with
damn it.
messages from and to the fleet. Then the far speaker toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lapino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains. Why? Why had he trusted Lupino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their far speaker didn't croak back. Was the base under attack too? There were Imperials everywhere in the ruins, and dead civilians. The Ravens were killing everything in sight. Renato was relieved to see no rebels among the dead. Maybe the secret base was still secret, but there were huge burn marks on buildings. What monstrous weapon was the Empire using here? The core had great power, and they harnessed it somehow, even though they didn't have the armature. Renato felt ready to become faster. He could smell charred flesh and hear screams. The ruins were on fire. The Ravens had rigged up the core as some kind of burning ray. They wouldn't need to know the secret location. They were burning everything. It was killing them too. Their black feathers littered the path. You would have to take the core from them. It was the last thing he wanted to do. As the last Raven fell, Renato felt worse than he ever had. The core was killing him again. The council members cautiously came out into the smoke.
Wow,
You saved us.
that was quite good. And it could have been fast, even faster.
She promised, where its poison could harm no one. They would heal him if they could, she said. No, it's a weapon now. We need one. I'll lead the charge. It will kill you, croaked the speaker. I guess it already has, Renato said. She bobbed her head gravely. When all this is over, she said, we'll name our new capital city for you. He flew towards the Imperial fleet, a myriad ships in disciplined formation, waiting for the signal to destroy the rebellion forever. Behind him, the rebels were charging. If he failed, they would die. And so the final battle began.
So those end cards seem to be nearly
hurt. It was unpleasant
to take the same
With each
time.
blow he struck with his sword, he felt weaker.
So they can quit out faster.
It got brighter, as if the heat for the burning ravens and buildings only
This
fed its hunger.
would actually
He wondered where
save
Lupino
time,
was.
I think.
Wasn't he supposed to be in the battle? No. He'd been captured, hadn't he? Oh, Renato's mind was smoky now, like the burning fleet. He hoped this wouldn't take long. Who needed bridges, anyway?
No, don't go there. I guess I lost it already.
Reynardo Opus. Focus Major. Orlando Nardo. If they were going to name a capital city after him, well, he just wished he had a better name. Lupino had gotten into this mess, hadn't he? The core was a wonderful weapon. Swept fire across the fleet. Ravens exploded in its gaze, and with every heartbeat it grew brighter. He would die, but he would die every inch a hero. Spectacularly, changing history like the legendary heroes of lore. Or was it yore?
Come on.
Renato fell to his knees. The Emperor's bodyguards were gathered before his
Oh.
and Zenobia. She was conjuring.
I think Harwood has to retime it. But this should be a new world record. At least I get the 19 flat again. Finally.
So they had one after all. The core grew brighter. He shielded
God
his
damn
arm.
it.
He could still see
It
through
could
his
have been so
sleeve
much
and from
better.
the flesh of his arm. And he felt heat as the fire grew to consume both fleets. And then
Nice.
nothing.
Still I'm happy
Okay,
with that one.
was